Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video I am doing another digital drawing, but it is on the iPad, and last time I did one of these I just took the footage that Procreate had recorded, but I don't think a lot of you like that kind of style, so I decided with this one to film my hand as well, so I'm filming the iPad instead of just using the inbuilt recording feature, and I think it does look nicer this way. You can actually see me making the artwork. I have quite a few things that I'm excited to talk about in this video, because this is kind of like an announcement video that I will talk about a little bit later. But the first thing I want to say is I've actually reached 30,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel, so I am so thankful to everyone that's subscribed. People have left me such kind and sweet comments saying they appreciate the work that I put in my videos, and they say they have good quality and nice editing. It just makes me really happy to hear that, because I do try and put as much effort into my videos as I can, and when people notice that, it does make me really happy. So thank you to everyone that's subscribed and commented. I think I've said this quite a few times, but hitting a milestone like this is quite special to me, so thank you. Another thing is, on my last video I said that if that video reached 320 likes I would start a Minecraft Let's Play. We are over 500, we might even be 600 now, so you guys really want that Minecraft Let's Play, which I won't lie, I am really excited about doing. It might take a while till that video is up, because I'm going to try and figure out how to film it nicely with, you know, nice editing and get the in-game audio as well. So it might take a while, but I am really excited to do it. I just want to make sure I bring you a really nice video, but I'm really glad that you all are excited for that video, because I'm really excited for it too. So onto the main topic of this video. This video is actually an advertisement for my webcomic, which is coming back really soon. I'm going to show you the release date when it returns at the end of the video to keep it a little bit of a surprise. I have mentioned my webcomic and my progress on it in my studio diaries, but again, I haven't been able to talk too much of it because I don't want to get people too excited if it's not coming out soon enough, and a lot of it I can't show, so I can only talk about it, which has been really annoying, but I've been slowly chipping away at it. Doing a webcomic is quite hard, it's very difficult, so I've tried to do quite a few pages in advance. I could wait a bit longer and do a couple more, but I feel like I do want to get the story back out and get people reading it again, because I am so excited to share the story. It's something I've worked really hard on, and it does mean a lot to me. I think I've said in the past that I've had these characters since way before college. I've had their stories worked out, although a lot has changed even from when I've posted the first chapter online. It's probably been about 2 years now, and a lot of story elements have changed. I've changed characters, new characters have been added, and I have to be careful that I don't add too much, because there is so much that I would like to cover with this story. I've always felt really sad because it's a story that would do much better as an animated series, because it does have a sort of monster of the week plot line, but with an overarching plot. But you know, I'm gonna have to cut some things out, which makes me really sad, but I want to bring the best version of the story that I can, but I also want to get it out for people to read. Because I do know that I have a really bad habit of perfectionism, and a perfect story is never going to happen. I think I've heard this said to me quite a lot, but people say done is better than perfect, because if you keep trying to perfect it, you'll never finish it. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to not get too caught up with details, with story and artwork, and just get the story out online for people to read. So since I have quite a few more subscribers now, I feel like I should introduce my comic to you, and I think the best way to do that would just be to read the little blurb that I've got for it on Tapastic. Speaking of which, I will leave links in the description to read my comic, so yeah. We Lurk in the Woods follows the adventures of Alex and Toby, two teens growing up in the sleepy seaside town of Sunside View. At least that's what it seems at a glance. Creatures, conspiracy and danger lurk beneath the quiet facade, and Toby and Alex are drawn deeper into the mysteries of their hometown. So that is the little description of the story. There are other elements to it. There's some horror elements, there's some magical girl elements to it because I really love that genre, so it is quite a melting pot of ideas. So We Lurk in the Woods does actually have two main protagonists, which is Alex and Toby, but the actual story is told more from Alex's perspective, and she is the character that I am drawing right now. She's a very quiet and reserved person, but she does like the outdoors and all things nature and sports and everything, so I really wanted to show that in this illustration. And I do have this big file of loads of different concept sketches where I tried different poses, but they just felt like they weren't working, so I kept redrawing it over and over again, which I think was good in the end because it really pushed me to do a pose that I wouldn't normally do. I have always felt that my poses are quite stiff and they don't say a lot about the character. So when I finally managed to get a sketch that I liked and I felt it really suited her, I was really happy. I feel this really shows that she is a closed character, that she has closed body language, she's quite shy and quiet and secretive. And overall, I'm actually really pleased with this drawing. I've been on a really good roll with feeling good about my drawings, but I feel like I've been able to push myself a little bit more, especially with a pose like this. Alex is a girl of little words, she doesn't talk too much, and so I feel it's very important that I kind of get the sense of show, don't tell with her character and what happens to her in the story. So I am happy that I did go back and push myself to do a pose that was more animated, more lively. I do feel that I do struggle with stiff poses because I do add so much detail in, and I was actually talking about this with my mum because my mum gets worried, like, Ellie, you're getting too perfectionist about this, just let it be, and I'm like, no, it needs to be better. So I think in some cases it is good to just push myself with each illustration, but I need to make sure that I don't get too intense about perfecting it. But I did want to add a background as well. I wanted to make it look like there was some sort of scene with this drawing as well, because I was so pleased with the pose and the roller skates and the way the clothes were looking. I felt like she really needed to be in some sort of setting as well. So there's quite a few, because it's a seaside town, there's quite a few coffee shops and cafes, lots of nice places to be. So I thought a really good way of showing that the comic was returning would be to have a little cafe message board and have the date on that chalkboard. I thought it would be a really cool idea. So I had to look up how to draw a crate, how to draw the chalkboard, and surprisingly that was fun to draw as well. I do actually enjoy drawing sceneries and backgrounds, and it's something I really keep wanting to push more into my work. Because with backgrounds, I feel once you start treating the background as its own character, you can start to enjoy drawing them a lot more. Say like little details like on the crate that she sat on, I actually turned that into an orange crate box, and I'm really happy with the little logo that I painted on it. And just little things like that kind of add a bit more and says a bit more about the world that the characters live in. Like the chalkboard as well, that kind of indicates that there's a cafe nearby and that she's hanging out by a cafe that maybe sells fresh orange juice or something, stuff like that. And it kind of just makes it more real instead of just having, say, square buildings that look like concrete blocks. But yeah, just when you treat the background like its own character, you can have so much fun. Like, is it a very mucky, dirty city with loads of trash everywhere and rubbish on the streets? Or is it a very clean city with trees and more in tune with nature? There's so much you can do with backgrounds. So yeah, I've started to love backgrounds so much more now, and I'm just really excited about doing more scenes. And I'm happy, like in my comic, I've been doing more backgrounds, being more experimental, and just being braver in general with them. I know you'll all be asking what brushes I'm using in Procreate. That is the program I am using. I'm using Procreate. I am just using the default brushes for everything. I did edit them slightly, just a few settings that made them more comfortable for me to use, but yeah, just the line art, most of the colouring are the default brushes. For the shading, however, I do use a set of brushes called Jing Sketch, which again I will leave a link in the description. I only use like 1 or 2 brushes from that set actually. It's the big square one that has like a nice texture, and it gave the chalkboard an actual chalkboard texture, which I really like, and it's really good for shading as well because it's very soft, but it gives a sort of grainy effect that I really like. The original plan for this illustration was for it just to be a sort of promotional image for the return of my comic, but after adding these little effects in and, you know, just adding more detail and making it more special, I'm really pleased with it. I kind of want to do something else with it. I feel like it's a shame if it's just to promote the return of my webcomic, so I have been planning a little fashion zine. I've mentioned it before. I did start one of the illustrations on a live stream once, so I do think I want to continue with that, but I don't think I will be able to do it till chapter 4 is out at least, because I want to draw some of the characters for that zine that haven't showed up yet, and some of them are kind of spoiler-ish to the story. So it's very difficult. There's so much I want to talk about and share, and so many characters that I want to draw, but I feel I can't draw them until they've shown up in the comic, so it's very difficult. But I just want to draw everything at the minute. I've been having a really good time. I've been feeling really good about my artwork, and I don't want it to end. I want to draw as much as I can while I'm in this really good mood. So yeah, I might start work on that zine again, but I don't want to rush it. I want it to look nice, and I feel like this would be a really nice image for that zine. I feel like I could change the wording on the chalkboard to introduce the zine instead, and I feel like it would work as a really nice opening image, so I'm definitely going to be using this illustration in that zine. So yeah, I've been on this really good roll. The only downside is that I have that many ideas. I kind of get overwhelmed in the morning when I start planning them all out, because I've started an animatic, I've got that zine, I've got my comic, I've got videos, I've got loads of ideas for new videos, and I feel a little bit overwhelmed because I just want to do them all at once, which is really bad and really difficult not to do. So I just try and get my planner out and just try and break down the things that I want to do in that day. So I think if I keep that up, I shouldn't burn out quickly. I hope I don't burn out, but yeah, I'm just gonna have to keep an eye on myself. So the thing that I said at the beginning of the video, the release date for We Lurk in the Woods is October 21st. October 21st is it. My webcomic starts updating once again, and I'm so excited to share it with you. it will be uploaded on Tapastic. I will leave a link in the description. It should update once a week. I'm thinking 1 page a week so I don't overwhelm myself. I would like to get it to 2 pages, but we'll see how it goes. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.